Happy Navratri, Happy Navami, Happy Dussehra. And Amrita Raichand looking $1,000,000. You're looking lovely. How are you?
Thank you so much. Navratri is the time where we all really love dressing
In
up.
resplendence.
Thank you.
Guys, welcome to Beyond the Plate with Chef Amrita Raichand and me, Hrishi K. And as always, we have a theme, and this week's theme is what else but the 10 days of Navratri. Did you play Dandiya?
I was going to ask you that question. You beat me to it. Did you play?
Of course I did.
You did? How many nights?
Very ungracefully. With the 3 ladies in my life, which is my 2 daughters and my wife, dancing far better than I could ever. So keeping pace with them is one thing, and the other is to get the beat of the stick right. I'm still work in progress. I really am, but I shall make it. We shall overcome.
No, I love playing the dandiya, and my beat is bang on. But unfortunately, this time I was, overwhelmed with too much work, so I didn't. But what I did do instead, which I love doing every Navratri, is, dress up in different colors every day because, they give you actually a list of colors are given.
True.
Yeah, which is quite beautiful. And frankly, Hrishi, Navratri for me is truly a special festival, which I'm sure it is for many women all over the country and the world, because it worships Ma Durga, many forms of Ma Durga. And for me, it has a special place because I've grown up fasting with my mum. My mum used to be an ardent Mata Rani bhakt. So, all the Mata ki chaukis, going to all the bhajans and kirtans with her, she directing me what to wear, I directing her what to wear. It was a whole experience, and that's why it's truly, truly special to me. But we all know how special Navratri is for everyone. It's not just a religious festival. It's a massive celebration of Indian culture and traditions in all its glory. It's truly an occasion where families and communities come together and display the best of dance, music, and most importantly, positivity and prayers.
9 days and 10 nights. Today, of course, is Mahanavami, the 9th day, and this entire festival culminates tomorrow, the 10th day, which is Dussehra, the day to celebrate the victory of good over evil. And you have a beautiful series of videos which you've done.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So this time I decided to make a whole thali of Vrat recipes, and these are hand-picked from the ones that my mum used to love to make. All these fasting recipes where basically you don't have anything made of wheat or pulses. It's all fruit-based. It's called falahari diet. We can talk about all those ingredients some other time, but these recipes kind of brought a lot of memories together, and I have shared individual videos of them, detailed recipes on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram. So guys, please watch it and tell me how you like it.
Now let's talk about the spiritual and the religious aspect. Navratri begins with worshipping the first avatar of Goddess Durga, right?
Yes, absolutely. And frankly, at a spiritual level, these 9 nights have a very deep significance. It's supposed to be 9 nights of rest, because night actually translates into rest. Now, you're supposed to pray, you're supposed to meditate. Everything that you do should be with the 1-point agenda of giving your body those 9 nights of rest to help you rejuvenate, to, rekindle that creativity in you. Having said that, I don't see many of my Bombay friends resting at all. They're rocking it on the, playing the dandiya, and I don't blame them. I think they actually need few extra days to rest after these nights. What do you think?
Totally. Rocking up the dance floor. Now, come on, time for some mythology. You want to tell us about a day when the battle between Durga and Mahishasur began. And, it's very interesting. And as always, mythological stories in India about battles always have deep lessons.
Now, before I come to the story, Hrishi, I actually want to tell you that Navratri and Durga Puja get confused very often. Even people like my husband are always wondering, what is the difference? Are they the same? Because they basically are celebration and worshipping of Ma Durga. Yet, believe it or not, they are poles apart. Northern and western parts of India celebrate Navratri, while Durga Puja is the biggest festival in West Bengal, and a lot of other East Indian states also celebrate it. Again, Navratri begins with worshipping Shailaputri, who is the first
avatar.
Yes, first avatar of Goddess Durga. And Durga Puja, on the other hand, begins with Mahalya. That's their first day, the day when this battle between Durga and Mahishasur began. And now I'll tell you the story, and I'll tell you the way
Go for it.
Rahul said it. Okay, so Agastya, years ago, there was this real badass who was the captain of all badasses, and they were called Asuras. His name was Mahishasur, a demon of exceptional powers. Mahisha means buffalo, and Asura means demons. I told you that, right? However, as it happens in all Amar Chitrakatha stories that I've told you many times and I've asked you to read, the demons always lost in battle against the devas, the gods. But this guy was too arrogant and couldn't handle getting their backsides kicked again and again. So he gave up on sleep, food and all comforts of life and went on to meditate and prayed to Lord Brahma, the creator. And now, not like the way we meditate. We do our 20 minutes of meditation, Agastya. This dude went on for numerous years, and finally Lord Brahma was super impressed, and he just showed up in front of him and said, "My boy, that was really impressive. Now, what do you want? Tell me." And this so-called dude, the badass Mahishasur, knew exactly what he wanted. But he was also a chauvinistic you-know-what. So he asked Lord Brahma to make him invincible against any man or any god. But clearly, never took a woman's name. Who would have thought, right? So Lord Brahma granted him the boon. High on the power of immortality, this demon dude didn't know where to stop. He crossed all his boundaries and went on to attack the Trilok, the three worlds of earth, heaven and hell, with his army. And he finally pushed it too far when he tried to capture Indralok, the kingdom of Lord Indra. Now, we all know Lord Indra is the god of all gods, and he got really mad with anger. Now, since Mahishasur had the boon in his pocket, even Lord Indra couldn't do much. So finally, what did he do? He turned to goddess Parvati for help, just like I go to your mum when everything else fails. Now, goddess Parvati instantly assumed the form of goddess Durga with 10 hands and a weapon in each, fiery eyes decked in ornaments. She got onto her favorite vehicle, the lion. Yeah, man, those days it was animals and birds and not our fancy vehicles of today. And off she went, launching herself into war with the crazy with power Mahishasur. Now, this dude not only had an invincible boon, but also could shift between humans and animals, which he kept using to deceive Ma. And over a strong fight, which went on for 9 days, even Ma did not hold back. She also changed many forms, but of course, all the forms were different forms of a woman itself. On the 10th day, finally, when Mahishasur transferred into a buffalo, goddess Durga stabbed him with a trident, and that was the end of him. And the end of all misery and terror caused by all these badasses. Since then, this auspicious day is celebrated as Vijay Dashmi, which means both 10th and victory. Triumph of good over evil.
All of you who have any questions for Amrita regarding food, regarding what she's just talked about, mythology, the linkages to food, 9833943943. Please ask your question along with your name on WhatsApp. We're happy to take all your questions at the end of the show. Come on, food now. I know the Bengalis in the east of India prefer certain kind of food during the Durga Puja, and of course in Navratri, the North Indians prefer a certain kind of food. So if you could just elaborate on that.
Yeah, because we were talking about the differences between Navratri and Durga Puja. Usually, during festivals, food is one common thread that binds all these festivals. But here, even the food is opposite. In fact, Navratri time, we all fast, that, no onion, garlic. But in Durga Puja time, they actually believe in real feasting. So apart from all the, exciting spices, a lot of non-vegetarian food is also indulged in. Have you heard of puri chana halwa?
Of course.
Yeah, it's that, the whole Kanjika story. All these 9 kanyas, basically girls who've not yet become women, so to speak, are brought home, their feet are washed, and then they're given this beautiful thal full of puri chana halwa, and of course a lot of other exciting presents. In fact, we used to get gorgeous chunnis and bindis and bangles, and this was that that thali to wait for, that last feast, because you haven't eaten anything made with all of these ingredients for 9 days, and then you break the fast with this delicious puri chana halwa. Now when it comes to the pujo, their pujo bhog is, oh my God, another level yumlicious. Have you ever lined up in these, Bengali pandals?
Every year I go to Ayan's pandal, Rani Mukherjee's. It's fantastic. And
Isn't
then
it?
we go to Abhijit's in Lokhandwala, the singer. There's khichdi, there's bhaja, khichudi, like they call it.
Yes.
Fantastic stuff.
Isn't it? This time I'm coming with you to all of them.
Please.
I don't have so many stars who invite me. I go to all my friends in Kolaba. So I'm coming with you. Yeah, but it's just amazing. Being a Punjabi who grew up in Dhanbad, I actually got to enjoy the best of both the worlds, and it's really amazing how different these two festivals are, yet how same in the fact that we're all praying to Ma Durga and we're all praying to that divine feminine strength.
And of course, to culminate the 9 days, the Navratri celebration ends with the burning of the effigy of Ravan.
Yes.
And Durga Puja ends with Sindoor Khela, which is so amazing. Married women playing with Sindoor, vermilion,
Yes.
with each other before the immersion.
And it's a beautiful sight to watch. Even the emotion is like, again, with pandals and lots of people dancing to that dhak, their rhythmic dancing. It's just absolutely beautiful to watch it. Like you rightly said, the 10th day is the festival of Dussehra. And it is believed that Lord Rama actually worshipped goddess Durga before going to war against Ravana on the advice of Lord Vishnu. And we all know he was victorious. What is the moral of the story, Rishi?
Keep them ladies happy.
So true, so true.
The recipe of the week. Guys, you can go to Chef Amrita Raichand's Instagram handle as well as at 94.3 Radio 1 India. On Instagram, Amrita, looking resplendent, does a video form of this recipe of the week.
All right, so the recipe of the week had to be something which Lord Rama loved. And according to the scriptures, what he loved was a dessert called shashkuli, which is actually our also modern day jalebi. To celebrate the victory on Dussehra, the worshippers therefore make jalebi, and also after fasting for 9 days, they all feel that something made, something sweet like jalebi eaten with something made with gram flour like fafras is the done thing for Dussehra. So obviously I couldn't stay far from what is the done thing. So I've got a jalebi recipe, but my jalebi recipe, Rishi, is very quick. Now, jalebi, although is very easy to make, the prep of it goes into 24 hours to 48 hours, because when you make the batter, you ideally let it ferment naturally, and that takes about 24 hours. Now, I know my radio listeners are very busy people, and a lot of my mums who watch me on Instagram, on YouTube, very often they want to indulge in something which is quick and easy, so I have a easy one for them.
Wonderful.
Okay, so for this, first we'll make a sugar syrup. We'll add sugar, water, some cardamom pods, and some strands of saffron, and we'll make the sugar syrup consistency so that when you touch it with your 2 fingers, it's of one string. Then what we're going to do with the batter, we're going to take some flour, a little bit of corn flour to add that crunch. We're going to add some curd and some water to make a semi-thick batter. Now, just when we are ready to fry, we're going to add some baking soda. Now, that is what does that, the quick fermentation. So what happens naturally over 48 hours, here the baking soda does immediately. So in hot ghee, we fry these jalebis, which we pipe out with the help of a piping bag or a squeezy bottle. Now, this entire recipe has been shown in detail on my YouTube channel and on Instagram in a short form, so it'll be very, very easy for you to follow, and please do make it and share your pictures with me.
Lovely. And now, onward ho to Ask Amrita, the section where you can ask her anything you want, as long as it's related to food or the history of food or the themes of food that we talk about, and we love what we do. This one's from Priya, who's a vegetarian. Please suggest a good vegetarian full protein diet or recipe.
Good timing of this question, Priya. After 9 days of being vegetarian for Navratri, this is something I've been working on every day, because it does become a challenge to have high protein food when you're vegetarian. And so this is my go-to recipe, and I think you will enjoy it. What I do is I grill some tofu, nice big chunks of tofu. I take zucchini, and you can either use a mandolin or a slicer and cut noodles out of it. And it really makes it very interesting. Add some oil or butter to a pan, throw in some almonds, a little bit of chili flakes, a little garlic, and toss these zucchini noodles. Then what you can do is you can just put it on a plate and add some grilled tofu to it. It's quite my go-to recipe. You can do this with mushrooms, you can do this with paneer, and it's very, very fulfilling.
For all of you who thought that chicken is your only source of protein, you couldn't be farther from the truth. Lovely. Listen, I had so much fun. You filled me on history, on mythology, and I've got to catch hold of your husband to give me some more stories. I could perhaps score more brownie points with my family by making those stories my own.
quite cool. Yeah, thank you. I will tell him. I'll pass
See you
it on.
guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye, Rishi.
94.3 Radio 1.